Hello, my name is Nicolas Polymenakos, and I help out behind the scenes here at NORWAC, the Northwest Astrological Conference. It's happening May 22nd to May 26th. Today I'm with Sarah L'Hrar. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too, Nicholas. Always good.
Always good to see you. NORWAC is an amazing astrological conference. It's been happening for like 41 straight years, and it's sold out in person. But the amazing thing, it's available online to watch. Anybody in the world can get in and watch the conference. You can go to norwac.net to see all the information from the speaker lineups, the schedule, the pre and post conference workshops. All the information you need is at norwac.net. Sarah, you're speaking on Sunday, the 25th at the
I'm
conference. Yes. And the title of your lecture is called Express Your Chart, the Astrology of Style. Interesting title. Tell us about it.
I think the talk is going to be more interesting than the title, which is really cool. This talk is basically I'm trying to answer which part of us acts in every way. I think like part of the work of astrology is thinking of like which part of us is acting. And so this is seen through the lens of our style and our fashion expression.
Oh, interesting. Something that you just said there is initially like it feels like sort of an embodied approach, and I mean, I look at astrology that way too, but one sense of like, typically if it was Tuesday, this is how my brain would work. It's Tuesday, and I'm like, well, it's Mars Day, unless just certain thing, I would maybe wear a little bit of something that was more Mars to my chart. Is that something that makes sense or?
100%. I think that can be like even seen as remediation in a
Uh-huh.
way, right? We do that, I think, naturally and instinctively. And our clothes is like part of our symbolic language and the way we express something that, and whether it's conscious or not, sometimes you just pick things, but the question I want to ask is why, and see it as through the language of astrology.
Ah, well, I'm going to be honest here and say that every single video that people are going to watch, because there's a playlist of all these videos, I'm specifically wearing green on purpose. I just want to let people know that. If you look at every video, I'm wearing green, if I'm correct here, but I did it on purpose because of Venus. And that's my intention. So it's just Venus with a snake.
And no, and I love that it's already like a part of you. And I think a lot of people do that. I think subconsciously we pick things that make us feel a certain thing or that channel a symbol for us.
Mhm.
And it's interesting to put it, yeah, so you're green for Venus. I love it. Snake for what?
That's a secret. People are watching that. This guy's got a snake on him. It's a secret, and there's
Yes.
Athena behind me, basically.
I have a snake on my shirts
Oh, you
too.
see? Yeah. Oh, see, you got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think this is a great lecture for Sunday afternoon at the conference. Uh, I just want to read something here on the copy. It says, "Our style and personal aesthetics are a silent language we speak every day." I love this, just that alone, that there's this silent language. And sometimes we think about the ways we communicate too, like in a chart, we typically would maybe go to Mercury, right? Type of
Yeah.
thing. But we forget there's many different ways that we communicate. And um, anyway, I really love the title of this lecture and your explanation. I can't wait for it.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
just so people know, the lectures that happen Friday through Saturday, if you decide to purchase the online part of the lecture, you can stop in and see any lecture, but you also have 2 weeks afterwards to watch every single lecture that's on the lineup. So if one was thinking, I'm like, you're struggling, "Oh, I want to go to this, but at the same time as this other person," cool thing is you have 2 weeks after. Again, you can go to norwac.net to get all the information, the registration info, the lecture explanations, and the speaker lineups. One thing about the online part of NORWAC too are Q&As that happen in between the lecture slots. And this is where speakers from NORWAC, from 4 to 5 speakers, gather in the room with the online viewers, and the online viewers have a chance to ask questions and participate, and you usually improvisationally go somewhere. So Sarah, you'll be part of that. You'll be part of a Q&A. Um, the other part of this, I'm just curious, Sarah, what is your um like earliest memory of NORWAC? Was it as an attendee? Was it a certain thing? Do you remember what when that was or?
I mean, I heard of NORWAC before I was able to attend. So my first experience of NORWAC is FOMO.
Ah,
Is no people who go and I can't go because the children, because whatever reason, and just being a little bit frustrated at not being able to go. But my first experience, Norwalk has just been really incredible every time I've attended, and I think it gets better, question mark, the more you attend because you know more people and you know, but so my first experience was not being able to attend. I wish there was an online version. Was there? Always an online version?
the online version started in 2020 because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
And
that's
so, yeah, Laura had to cancel the conference and then, which was heartbreaking, the first time in so many years. And um, then she approached me and was like, "Hey, can you help?" And there was several of us. Yeah, let's go for it. And so that was the first year, and then the year after was online, and then the year after was the first in person. There was no online, and then since then, the branching of the two. So that's
that's really, really awesome because that's something I wish I could have done, you know, like as a mom stuck with kids and not being able to travel and not being able to take the time and everything. So I'm really glad that we're doing this and that there's so many people that can access because this conference is just amazing. But um I don't know. I always call it nerd camp. I don't know if it lands for
it
people.
is.
It lands for me. I, you know, like I feel like if you're like a kid, you're into robotics, you're not really into sports or whatever, you don't want to go to the pool with the other kids. And so your mom is going to send you to nerd camp because, you know, and so this is like nerd camp for adult astrologers. And it's, we're drinking from the fire hose of
Yeah.
information. We're in community with a bunch of our people, question mark, exclamation mark, dot, dot, dot. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, the thing about the present state is, because of technology, you could do stuff like this. But I mean, the other part of this is you brought up a point about yourself at some point. It's like, I'm a mom and I have this and time and, economics comes into this, all types of things, depending on how one lives their lives and how one can feel safe and comfortable in their lives. Some people can't do in person, but feel that they can be online. And the other part of this is too is, even last year, Sarah, on the online parts, it's funny the conversations that we're having in between the lectures and outside the lectures. And the online part of it, there's always a room people can go to, like a virtual room, like sort of like town hall square-ish, where people can talk and meet or whatever. And I see people even talking there while lectures were going on. And like Saturday night, there's a big party that happens online in that room. Samantha, an astrologer who was helping facilitate last year, will be there this year. I popped in and out, was bringing some special guests in on the Saturday night. I know that on Thursday, possibly before the conference, we're going to open up the room, just kind of a pre-funk. But again, I've seen people meet each other in the online chat rooms, and it goes to one of your big points here, was able to speak the language. And even though I think obviously astrology and anything in the esoteric arts has exploded the last 6 or 7 years, you're still kind of an outcast. You still are a nerd, and like you talked about, right? And you want to be able to speak the language and riff, and I don't think that's ever going to change with astrology. I think in one sense it feels odd to be outcast, but at the same time, you kind of that's part of it. So anyway, did we meet at NORWAC?
Did we meet at NORWAC? I think we met very casually the first time at NORWAC through ESAR,
Oh yeah, when
like more officially online.
that's right. But then when the first time we met face to face was at the conference.
Yes,
But we've
yes.
originally met online, so yeah,
Yeah.
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 Um, Sarah, it's gonna be great to see you.
Same.
Um,
I'm so looking forward to this. This is going to be my first time, not last, talking at NORWAC. So I'm very happy. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to. I'm like, what am I gonna wear? I know I'm gonna see Sarah one of the days. What am I gonna wear?
He's silently judging all your semiotic language.
Or I'm like, I wonder if she's gonna guess what I'm wearing today in my
Yeah, it's
chart.
ridiculous. I can see that you are, it's like a new type of reading.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna like, okay, she's wearing this. Why did she wear this today? Saturn ingresses in the Aries that weekend. I'm gonna like, how can I do this?
Once you look at things through this lens, like the astrological lens, like, oh, these pants are, I'm wearing them because Capricorn. Like, I'm trying to, like, this is me channeling Capricorn. Oh, this belt is Saturn to me. Like, once you start seeing it, you can't stop. You see it everywhere. And
Mm.
so sometimes you might be like, oh, you're feeling very Neptune today, my sweetie. Yeah, like you're looking just at somebody the way they're dressed and understanding their language better. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it's to sum things up, if anybody's interested in this, you can go to norwac.net. The conference is May 22nd to the 26th. Um, you can go to pre-conference lecture or post-conference lecture on its own. You go to the whole weekend. If you say you purchased the weekend and you decide to do a pre or post-conference lecture, there's a bit of a price break. Regardless, let's say you just want to go on a Saturday. Some particular people on Saturday only, you could do that too. So you go to norwac.net, you can check out the registration rates, so on and so forth. And before we leave, as a reminder too, because on the Saturday night, Samantha is doing a party and there's a costume theme. And this kind of goes into what we were talking about here. So if anybody is watching, you're already going, think about what we've talked about on this video. And it's already in play on a Saturday night, even without, Sarah, you didn't know this, and the person, Samantha, didn't know this, but we just do it. We naturally do this. You're absolutely right. So, yeah.
Yeah. Will you be wearing green?
I don't know. We'll see. Now I'm gonna really think about this. I'm really, the interesting thing is, I think Mercury goes into Gemini that weekend too, in the middle of that weekend. So there's a
Right.
couple interesting ingresses and transits that happen that weekend. So
Crazy that day too. So it's gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
awesome.
Sarah, thanks for stopping in and saying hello.
Always. And looking forward to seeing you.
Yep. All right. See you, everybody.
Bye.